Howdy, folks. It's Howie here, Howie Cat, and I always have to preface these videos with a little disclaimer. It's not whatever you call it. There are always new people watching, um, always regulars, and always someone new pops in, and subscribers are slowly growing and all that. So there's always someone who doesn't know. So I'll start this off. I am an atheist. I believe there is no deity. That's it. That's the extent. I think there is no God. We just happened. And people ask, if you can't explain how we happened, then how do you believe there's not a God? I go, I just don't. I mean, I don't need to explain it. If you need God to answer that question for you, and that answers it, and you're happy with it, good for you. I don't even need it answered. We'll figure it out or we won't, whatever. So, and I don't need a God to do moral and right things. I believe I do the moral and right things, and making up a deity would not do me any good. I don't hurt people maliciously. I do go after people that may deserve it, and I never do it physically. I do it with my channel at times. And that's about it. An atheist is not a Satanist, as I've heard people say. A Satanist is actually a sect of Christianity, if you think about it. That's one of the Christian, it's not a deity, it's a Christian character. He's from the Bible. Why would I believe on something from a book I don't believe in? That's okay. Now, I'm also not denigrating any religion. I'm not going after your religion. I don't have any problem with, I would say, 99.9% of the world's religions. I actually don't have any problem with any of the world's religions. I have people who practice their religion in evil ways. If you use your religion as an excuse to hurt or hate, then I have a problem, and I think you should be talked about. Now, one of the Christian religions is, of course, the Westboro Baptist Church that uses their religion to hurt and hate. They have the God hates fag signs and all those sort of things. They protest everything. They protest everything. This is not as bad as the Westboro Baptist, whoever this group is. I don't even know the name of the church. I've been looking at this stuff for forever. I don't know the name of this church, but they put out chick tracts. And they put those out for years. And chick tracts are little religious comic books. I cover them because I cover comic books. And it was about 6 months ago, I was looking for some chick tracts, some classic ones. They did a Dungeons and Dragons one that is fantastic, and a few others. And I was just looking to see if I could find any of just to read it and maybe talk about it. Sure enough, I ran into a listing on Amazon, get 100 chick tracts for $20. And I'm like, well, that's not that expensive. And I'll read a chick tract once in a while, maybe, if they're any good. If I don't get a good one in there, I'll find some good ones. And I've found a few good ones so far. But somehow I got on their mailing list now. And I think you might have to somehow maybe buy something. I don't know. At the very, very end, there'll be something for a friend of mine. A friend is a word I usually use for people I know in person. But an internet friend of mine that has been trying to get on this mailing list. But they send you a battle cry, kind of like a watchtower thing. It's got a lot of weird articles in it. Special worth seeing. How do you know they're just whatever. What got me was this last page here. And what gets me about this whole one is its timing and what they also do. Besides, they have some stuff where they basically said it's okay. I mean, seriously, there's one that the message is it's okay to rape your daughter as long as you seek forgiveness in Christ afterwards. That's the message I got out of it. Now, I'm not going to read that one anytime soon, but you can look it up. Lisa is what it's called. The entire book is online, and other people have read it. So, read it and presented it on YouTube. This is brothers and sisters in Christ. There's a virus loose. It works our way past our defenses without mercy. It replicates itself over and over. It's attacked the whole world. No one is immune, no matter what they say. And if allowed to go its own way, the result is death. Of course, I'm talking about sin. Okay, so they're using the coronavirus just in this book here a little bit to promote their whole thing. And pretty much they tell you about Fatal Decision, which is the Chick tract they sent me this time, which is an older Chick tract. It's not a new one. And then he apologizes because it's David, whatever, and him and Jack Chick used to do the Chick tracts together. I guess Jack has passed, and David is not as fast as Jack. But okay, whatever. And then on the back is, they're trying to get you to buy stuff. Of course. And then we got this flyer. Brothers and sisters in Christ, this pandemic has opened the door of opportunity. That's kind of gross. Remember how underground Christians used to slip information from one hand to another? That's us right now. One thing I say when I hand a gospel tract to a drive-through attendant is, don't let them catch you reading this. This is a time to get very creative. We have many tracts that people are using with great success. Some leaders said they want to ID everyone who had the virus, or will be vaccinating, that is developed. Give them the beast. One day the mark, okay, so we're clearly in surveillance state. Give them I see you. Some items at the store in short supply. Give them limited time offer. There is a cure available, but is it safe? Give them Fatal Decision. Be creative. Have the whole variety of tracts. So basically, as far as I can tell, they're using the coronavirus to try and get you to buy some of their tracts to pass out. That's a little gross. Honestly, dudes, spreading the word of your religion, if it's love, and be kind to each other, that's way cool. Telling them they're going to die if they don't read this book and go to hell, and that's not so cool, dudes, really. And close a copy of Chicken. Okay, so, and then, of course, there's an ad. Another ad, you can buy that. And I got an order form. Always comes with an order form. Buy a case of them for $100. Save 38%, so mix and match titles, and you can buy titles for 17 cents each. So basically, they are trying to get me to buy more Chick tracts all the time. I don't pass them out. I read them, and then I don't know what I do with them after that. But I did put them on eBay, and I sold a couple for $1, but they don't sell that well. Most of them, only the Halloween ones, and they're gone. So those were the good ones, the Halloween ones, the rare ones. But just something like this is not going to sell. People love the Halloween ones. Those went pretty fast. Anyways, there's that. So let's read Fatal Decision. And I got 10 minutes into this and did that already. Ooh. Yeah, something bit to me. The pain is killing me. I've never seen a bite like this. It looks horrible. We've got to get you to a doctor. Here's the doctor. We've got nothing to fight this with. He must be flown to the USA immediately. And there's the plane. Look at that leg. It'll take a miracle to save him. Jesus Christ, look at that bite. Whatever bit him tore his leg, open. Wow. I don't know what bit him. A bug or a lion. It was in the woods. Anyways, I want the blood work stat. He's critical. This can't be. I'm afraid it is. Some weird-looking virus, okay? Get this patient out of here and into isolation. Triple gloves for everyone. All who attended him must protect themselves. We could all be in great danger. Dr. Bowers, he's in a biohazard type suit. Yes? You've got an urgent call for the Centers for Disease Control. You know what? I don't know of a single thing you can catch from a bite that would be basically a saliva to blood-borne disease that then becomes airborne. I'm not a scientist or a biologist or anything, but so far that's quite a stretch to me. Maybe there is. But like if you get rabies from, Archie biting you or something, you're not going to just sneeze on someone and give them rabies. So I don't know. I don't know any that give you a disease except rabies. Not something that's, if it was a snake that bites you, it's whatever. That's stupid. There are almost 2 identical strains of this infection. Type 1 is worse than Ebola. Your patient has type 2. You're very lucky. It's not contagious. Oh, well, it's not contagious. Okay. But he'll die within the week. Unless you're lucky. It's not you, but he's dead. Great. What a lucky guy. He's a doctor. He cares about his patients. Come on. A new vaccine has been developed in Switzerland. It could save your patient. Are you interested, Dr. Bowers? Yes. Give us the details. So this very strange, unusual bite has been cured by Switzerland like 2 days ago. That sounds really cool. It's weird. Dr. Bowers, my son. John is my only living relative. Without him, I can't survive. All I have is $3,000, my life savings. It's yours. Promise me you'll do your best to save John. I promise. Thank you. Dr. Bowers, you have no idea of what you've gotten yourself into. Dun, dun, dun. Switzerland. We do have 1 vial available, Dr. Bowers. So he flew all the way to Switzerland, a place that just invented the cure, and they have 1. It's very expensive. You sure you want this? We're talking 6 figures. Yes, I must have it. If I sell my stocks and bonds, I should have just enough. Dr. Bowers, that's insanity. I made a promise, and I must keep it. I'm taking a leave of absence. See, the guy didn't care that he doesn't catch it. He's willing to fly to Switzerland, spend $100,000 on this 1 vial. The fact that his patient's going to die in a week was not good news to him. That's a doctor. He's good. Good boy. Next day, what's up? Dr. Bowers received more complaints. You are rude to yet another patient. That's your 5th violation. The next time you're gone, Brutus. Oh, he's rude. And how you can always tell he's a bad guy in a chick track? He has a lot of random weird tattoos. We got a dog and a knife and a skull and a person with big ears. That's a mean person of tattoos, those are. I hate this hospital and these lousy doctors. I'll get even with Dr. Bowers if it's the last thing I do. The guy was a dick to the patient, so he needs to get even with Dr. Bowers. Well, he's a dick, so. Here's the vaccine. There is something you must know about your case. About a week before his death, he will experience euphoria. I wonder what euphoria means. Oh, wait. They give me a little thing. So excited, he will think he's healed. Oh. I think that's not quite the definition of euphoria, but that's what they say it is. That's when you administer this medicine, and he'll survive. Good luck, Dr. Bowers. Thank you. Now the young man can live. How you doing? A little better, I think. Thank you. Hey, who's your doctor? Dr. Bowers. Who knew? Something wrong with him? Well, What are you implying? Nothing. Hey, I shouldn't even be talking to you. See ya. That should rattle his cage. Okay. I mean, it's comic book at least. Dr. Bowers lands with his precious cargo. Thank you for meeting me, son. I'm here to help, Dad. Let me drive you to the hospital. Minutes later, look out! Jesus, that's a hell of a crash. This car is flipped over the dividing wall into the oncoming traffic. Man. Look out! Back at the hospital. Okay, whatever came of that doesn't seem like much. Back to the hospital. Doctor, I'm feeling much better. I think I'm healed. Wonderful. Now it's up to Dr. Bowers. Did you hear that? Oh, no, I guess he didn't make it. Did you hear that Dr. Bowers was in a terrible accident? His son died instantly. Oh, no. What about Bowers? An airbag saved him. They're bringing him here now. Wow, another amazing moment here. We're so sorry about your son. Thank God you're here. Is John still alive? Yes, Doctor. He's doing great. We haven't a moment to lose. I'm assuming he's in a wheelchair, but this was a horrific accident where they flipped over the median, got hit by oncoming traffic, and he's got a Band-Aid on his forehead. His son's dead. He got a Band-Aid. And maybe broken legs. John, look who's here. It's Dr. Bowers. He has a surprise for you. Here it is, John. For me? What is it? Let's see. This is just for you, John. And we got it here just in time. Tell me about it, Doctor. I haven't really seen that guy's face before. He's doofy looking. This will save your life. But I'm okay now. No, you're in another stage of the disease. We must inject this into you now. Bring it closer so I can see it. This is priceless, John. Now, I can keep the promise I made to your mother. Just a little bit closer. Is that better? Arrgh! What's wrong, John? Smacks it against the wall. No! You're not going to poison me with that junk. I'm fine. You're a dead man. Why? I don't trust you. Get out. The guy put that in his head, huh? 3 days later, he melted. That's gross. Nurse, what's happening to me? In 5 days, this ungrateful wretch died a horrible death. I'm so sorry, Dr. Bowers. You did everything you possibly could. John threw away the gift of life, and it cost me my son. Sob. I get it now. It's an analogy. He gave... Okay. That is so heavy-handed at the end. I mean, it was just... I'm going to have to say, it's a silly story. Damn good job, Chick Tracts. You didn't do anything. You tricked me into that one. And I'm laughing my ass off. I'm sorry. I didn't see that coming. And these things are so silly and so weird. You never know what's going to come. And for you to realize it's an analogy of Jesus Christ. He lost his son trying to bring the gift of life to man. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious to me. And then God won't let us into heaven because we're all infected with sin, which is fatal. All who die with their sins. And then we get into the regular preach. God, the only way into heaven right now is to accept Jesus Christ, which is their whole thing. Chick Tracts, they scare. I mean, they're meant to scare. They're meant to scare you into believing in Jesus. Because you're not going to heaven, you are going to hell unless you believe in Jesus. And the best way to get people to believe in Jesus is to give them a Chick Tract. Tells you what to pray and all that. And then on the back, it tells you how to samples and a price list at this phone number. And there you go. Maybe you can try that if you want to get on this mailing list. That might work. Or I think if you just buy $1 worth of Chick Tracts, you probably get into this thing. But I don't know. Anyways, there's Chick USA 909-987-0771, or there's an email, chicktracts.com/samples. If you guys want to get some of these, they're amusing. And that's about it. That's as a comic goes, as preaching goes, light. It's probably the lightest preaching one of the lighter ones. Does it have a message that I agree with? Absolutely not. It's just is it a comic book? Yeah. That was a comic book story with the guy trying to save him, and there's an accident, and it had a middle to beginning. He gets sick, the doctor tries to save him, and in the end, he refuses the cure. It had a full story. It was an actual story in a Chick Tract, a rare thing. Was it a good one? No, but and was the message in there? Yeah, it was a much different message than I expected or have seen from a Chick Tract. Once again, that's another kind of a fun one. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all later.